Raped and murdered hundreds of kids over the course of 3 decades or longer. No one ever looked into it. And he hung out with the royal family. He was knighted. He was knighted. And I don't understand.
This is what we're gonna start off on right here.
Really into the evil shit.
What's good, Gibson?
Yeah.
What's good, Smashley?
I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a pedophile. Tom Hanks, folks, is a pedophile. I'm sorry if this is the kind of bursting your bubble. All this information is new, but it's time that this comes out into the open, because we are going to change the way everything works, because at the top levels of wealth, of power, the very top levels, these people are just sick and psycho. Look into the Rothschild family. Do some research. You heard it's cannibals. Yeah, there is cannibalism. The higher you go, the more sick it gets. Peterwood has been happening for a very long. Yes, it has. A very, very, very long time. And this is the thing. This is what really.
That's Cappy before they killed him.
Hurts about the situation, because a lot of people are kind of born into this. They grow up in it. They are abused, and through the abuse, especially as a child, you can break someone's subconscious mind. If you're not aware of any of this stuff, look into MK Ultra. I heard Bronfman has Fiji. Oh yeah. By the way, Bronfman, if you don't know who that is, Claire Bronfman, she's an heiress for Seagram.
She got locked up.
And she got arrested yesterday. Oh, Jimmy Savile. Yes, I'm getting into that. That's on my notes here. That's in my notes. The royal family. Yeah. Jimmy Savile Jimmy Savile raped and murdered hundreds of kids over the course of 3 decades or longer. No one ever looked into it. And he hung out with the royal family. He was knighted. And
he was knighted. How it started versus how it's going. Let's play this one for y'all. This is the COVID. Started out that the vaccine was 100% effective. Just watch. Probably gonna get a strike because of the music. Flight of the Butterfly. That's at 94. Frederica, did you get your jab? 87. Hold on. 84. 82. 1. 80. 79. 78. 77. 76. 75. 74. 73. Damn. 20%. Boosters. Pfizer CEO says third COVID vaccine dose likely needed within 12 months.
You might need another shot.
You might need another shot. You might need to come down and get 2 more if you want to.
Make sure we clarify that with people. It has nothing to do whether or not it's effective. We know it's highly effective.
That bitch done went from 100% down to 0 to where they got to put boosters on there. What happened? You little demon.
Highly effective.
That's misinformation, folks. You're going to get kicked off the damn platform, buddy. Oh, hell no. Somebody got a video of a damn spider crawling on their hand. I don't think so. If I'm a racist because I support Trump, then you're a pedophile if you support Biden. How about I don't give a I'm a racist. Call me a racist.
Thank you, Kareem. So you're asking oil companies to further lower gas prices. What makes you think that they are going to listen to an administration that is ultimately trying to put them out of business?
How is the administration trying to put them out of business?
Well, they produce fossil fuels, and this president says he wants to end fossil fuel.
Her brain just froze up. They should have had the Sandman off of Apollo Theater come out there and sweep her ass off the stage with that.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, except for you.
Thank you,
Ratter, what's your name and where you calling from?
That French fried curly-haired girl look good.
Yeah, she does to somebody that's desperate.
That French fried curly girl, hey girl, I want her number.
You want her number? You call up here to Washington, D.C.?
Let's talk.
Who is this?
Dark Brandon, let's talk, man.
What's up?
Oh, it's Frederica.
Well, you said Dark Brandon. Well, hold on.
Yeah, I called you.
Find out. Hold up. Well, hold up a second. Slow down. Find out who you are. Who you calling?
Hang up on the right one, right?
Yeah, so I can hang up on the right one.
No, you listen, man. We ain't gonna get nothing resolved like that.
Well, who am I talking to?
This is Billy from Minnesota.
All right, Billy from Minnesota.
Let's talk about some news.
Okay, let's talk about some news. What you gonna talk about?
All right. They certified the election in Maricopa County.
What? Hold on. Stop. Weren't they being threatened that they were going to be sued if they didn't?
They both got a lawsuit. Hobbs got a lawsuit.
No. Hold on. Didn't Hobbs threatened to sue them if they didn't certify it?
She's suing the one that didn't certify. One of them.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold up. So that sounds like coercion.
No, the ones that didn't certify.
Hold up, Frederica. If these people are supposed to certify that the election is fair and honest, and they don't want to certify it, but somebody comes in and goes, "You better certify it, or we're going to sue your ass." What is that?
Kerry Lake.
What is that, Frederica? Frederica, what is that called?
Can't have it both ways.
Frederica, and you can't have it both ways either. What is that called? Frederica, this is why you get hung up on, Frederica. How you doing, Mr. Moon Man? This is why you get hung up. Frederica, stop trying to pivot and answer the question. What is that called?
Why is Kerry Lake suing? We know why Katie.
Frederica, that ain't the question. Frederica, that is not the question. Do you want me to repeat the question for you one more time?
I know we understand why.
Well, no, honey, apparently you don't know. Apparently you don't understand. Apparently you can't follow with the conversation. Now, this is why you get hung up on. Because you like to spin and you like to deflect and you like to bring up other shit. I didn't ask you that. That's not the question I asked you.
Is there a countersuit in place by
hey, hold up, Frederica. What you do is you answer the question and then you pose your question. Now answer my question.
I said.
Listen here. I'm not going to do this with you. I'm not going to keep jumping back around and forth with you. Answer the question, or we're going to move on.
What's the question?
If the person that's running the election, which is Katie Hobbs, which that don't seem on the up and up right there, first off. But if she tells people that are supposed to certify an election to make sure it's run fairly, honestly, and there's no problems, and they're not certifying it, and she comes in and goes, "I'm going to sue your ass if you don't certify that," because I think one of the ones that certified it said he did it under duress. Is that not coercion?
It sounds sort of like coercion, but was she?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, why did we have to go, Frederica? This is the problem I have with you.
Power to win, so she had to already win the election to be empowered to sue or to coerce somebody.
Well, no, Frederica. She is the Secretary of Frederica. You do realize she's Secretary of State, right?
She won that, right?
No, she was Secretary of State. She was running for governors as she was running.
I'm talking about right now who she's suing for not certifying the election.
She was talking about suing them as the Secretary of State,
yeah.
Frederica.
I know.
Not as the governor. She was threatening to sue them as the Secretary of State for not certifying. These people did you not watch any of these people that come up and talked at the board meetings about?
She was already.
Frederica, stop being a dumb. See, this is another thing. You're acting like a dumbass. Did you not see, Frederica, people coming up and testifying that they couldn't vote? The machines weren't working. Half of the machines were down. Do you think that's fair, Frederica? Do you think that's a problem?
I don't. I think.
Okay, well then you don't think it. Okay, so you don't think it's fair.
They need to run off election like Herschel Walker.
No, what they need to do is turn over the information that these people are. Frederica, stop. Frederica, it's a real easy way to solve this shit. You go to a paper ballot. You have 1 day voting. And then we don't have no problem.
That's your pride. There it goes, Jim.
What pride are you talking about?
I will not mail in my ballot. I refuse. I got too much pride as a Republican. I would stand.
Why would you mail in a ballot, Frederica? Why would you mail in why would you trust a mail system with your ballot?
Because they
don't send my bills off that I mail out, Frederica.
For the last 3 elections, they've been winning.
Who has?
Mail-in ballots.
Exactly. Why do you think that is, Frederica? Why do you think that is, Frederica? Frederica, hold on. Let's do some deductive reasoning. Frederica, even Jimmy Carter said this. You like Jimmy Carter, don't you?
Your pride is
Do you like Jimmy Carter, Frederica?
I don't know Jimmy Carter. Fuck Jimmy Carter.
All right, so even Jimmy Carter said mail-in ballots are a case of
Who the hell
fraud.
got the
Hold on a minute. Now, this is somebody that you always quote on here. You always like to bring up Bill Barr. Bill Barr said the same thing.
Bill Barr said Florida been voting like that since forever, right?
Frederica, you're just happy because your man won, your side won. You see the fraud that's going on. And look here, they're not stealing from me. They stole your vote too, because your vote didn't count.
Listen, James,
Your vote didn't count either, Frederica. They put who they wanted to put in there. And if you can't see that from what's going on, you're blind or stupid.
What if,
I hope to think that you're blind.
Listen, what if the Democrats was Catholic and the Republicans are Christians and the Jews run it all and all the shit is fake like I'm telling you? That's what I believe. The Catholic,
Well, hold up. You just said it's not fake. You just said you just said Hobbs won. Is it fake or is it not fake, Frederica?
No, I'm talking about all this bullshit that.
Oh, so it's only fake when
They all
Republicans
corrupt.
win.
They believed in a Christianity value system that's bullshit.
Frederica, tell me what's wrong with the Christianity value system. What's wrong with it?
It got these Republicans and
What's wrong with the Christianity? Frederica, what is wrong with Christianity? What is wrong with it?
They're milking you for your money.
Who's milking? No, Frederica, you have to give your money up. Frederica, they're not the federal government.
They may make
Frederica, they're not making you do anything. The federal government, on the other hand, does. Frederica, stop being a dumbass. Who in the Christian church makes you give up money? Who?
Stop paying your taxes.
Who makes you get? Well, they're not the Christian church, Frederica. The Christian church don't make me pay them money.
The Republicans are the Christian church.
I don't pay the Republicans money. Frederica, I don't pay the Republicans money. What are you talking about?
You pay the government. They fund the government.
I pay the government under the threat of arrest.
They give 10%.
And so, okay, Frederica, so you agree with me, right?
10%.
So you agree with me, right, Frederica? And it's more than 10% what I pay to the government.
Tax structure is a scam to make you.
So I pay more than 10%, Frederica, to the federal government.
Well, that's good. That's how they want it.
Okay, so and you agree that the federal government is crooked, right?
Christian and Catholic, yeah.
What do you mean Christian or Catholic? I said the government. I didn't say anything about a religion.
That's what they built.
The Christian church don't make me give them money, Frederica.
Yeah, it makes you vote a certain kind of way.
What do you mean the Christian church don't tell me how to vote?
Yeah.
I'm not a follower like you are, apparently. Apparently you're a follower and you do what you're told and you vote for the Democratic candidate because you're a follower, not me.
I don't pay no tax.
Do you vote Democrat?
I don't pay no tax.
Do you vote Democrat?
I love charity. Yes, I
do. You vote Democrat?
Catholics love charity. I like charity.
I ain't got any. Are you drunk, Frederica?
Democrats
are you drunk?
Catholic.
Are you drunk? Are you drunk, Frederica?
Explaining to you.
You don't explain nothing to me. You come in here and told me that the Christian church makes me give them money. That's lie number one.
They do. They make you pay your taxes.
The church don't make me pay my taxes.
Do you think the Constitution was written by with the Bible influence of the 10 Commandments and everything, the taxation and all of that 10% from Abraham and all of this? Like, there's 20 different tithing methods in the Bible if you go research it.
Okay.
And there's different ways to pay on property tax. They break it all the way down in the Bible about paying taxes.
Well, do you pay taxes, Frederica?
Nah, I don't pay no taxes. I'm free.
You don't pay taxes?
Nope, I ain't gotta pay property tax.
So you don't pay sales tax? So you don't pay. So you don't pay sales tax, Frederica?
Well, I mean, it's
do you own any property, Frederica? Frederica, do you own any property? Do you own any property?
Yeah, I do.
Then you pay property tax.
No.
So you don't pay property tax?
Do that.
You don't pay property tax?
Veterans ain't gotta pay property tax.
What the hell are you talking about? My grandfather was a veteran. He paid property tax. What are you talking about?
Well, he didn't know his law. He should have researched some more shit.
Sounds like we need to get some of them 87,000 to come look at your shit.
No, I think you need to go look at the law and get your granddaddy's money.
Whatever, Frederica. Is that all you got for today? I don't want to hang up on you. because you like to whine and bitch and cry.
I ain't doing that.
I don't want to hang up on you because you like to whine and bitch and cry to your daddy Robbie.
But look, no.
What's up, mustache?
Daddy. Well, listen, we need to come back together. We love you doing the show.
Well, I hear you, man, but y'all don't appreciate you don't appreciate the show. If you did, you'd come over to the gaming thing and do a thumbs up. I don't want to hear the shit.
We do a thumbs
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Ask Drizzy.
No, you don't. Like I said, that's going to be fixed out. That's going to be worked out in the long run, too.
Ask Drizzy how many times I thumbed up your show in the last 4 weeks.
Well, I don't know how many times you thumbed it up.
Hey, your gaming show.
Yeah, I don't know how many times you thumbed it up.
Man, because
I know I see a lot of people. Look, Frederica. I see a lot of people over here in these comments. Frederica. I see a lot of people over here in these comments there, YouTube, Facebook, and I don't see them over there on the gaming thing. And all I said, just do a thumbs up in a comment. That's it. It helps with the algorithm.
Okay, you didn't say thumbs up in the comment. You can leave. I think you want to.
Whatever, man. I have said that. Bullshit.
Now they be okay because I was watching it today. You had a hell of an echo. I didn't like it. I said it sounds like shit, Jamie.
So how to echo? Well, I can't help what somebody else's mic sounds like.
I thought you wanted us to watch it. I wanted to okay, I'm glad you did the show today. But we need to squash that bullshit. Ain't nobody.
Well, there ain't no bullshit. There ain't no bullshit.
That's the best show on YouTube.
There ain't no bullshit. There ain't no bullshit going on. It just shows that y'all don't really care enough to come over there and do that.
Look, I mentioned you on the hate report today. I said I'm missing my best buddy. He kind of dropped me off. He don't even talk to me no more. I feel like he's speeded up. Maybe I went too hard. And everybody's like, what? And the general court is like, ask him if we should quit the fund in Ukraine. And I'd be like, we can need to blow this channel. Like, you can be up there with Jesse tomorrow. And me and you can be like, yeah, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. But on that game, you ain't going to get the money you deserve with all the time you got. Time is money.
That's right. Time is money. But time, look here, time is also I don't have to deal with the bullshit that goes on over there in the chats. The drama shit.
Game is fuck them. It's just.
But listen, Frederica, when you got that kind of shit going on I done tried to tell you this. JS tried to explain it to you the other night. When you got that kind of shit going on in the chats, if the moderators don't do something about it, YouTube steps in and it messes up the algorithms. Y'all's bullshit drama over there. It's what messed up Frederica. It's what messed up when we had the first show.
Yeah.
And we had all the drama going on over in that side. And I just said, hey, y'all can stop the bullshit or I'm going to quit doing the show. And y'all didn't listen.
Stop the bullshit.
And I quit. No, you didn't. You didn't stop. So I quit doing the show for a while.
No. Huh?
I said, you didn't listen. So I stopped doing the show for a while. And all I did was game. Because I don't have that kind of shit over there on the gaming side. And you go, how many people's watching you on the gaming side over there, Jamie? Let's see how many people's watching.
Your head telling you that bullshit. Everybody loves the show.
People telling me what?
He's supposed to the fucking game, or he's gonna cut your channel up and make it get kicked out. He's the one that getting you canceled when you don't want fucking game on time.
What?
You better watch out who the real snakes are. And when he got control.
So now you're telling me Drizzy's a snake. So now you're telling me Drizzy's a snake that does all of this shit for free. Shut up, Frederica. So you're saying Drizzy's a snake. He does all this shit for free, so you can have a free show that you don't commit to or pay for my time and Drizzy's time. You'll get it. You'll get it today. You'll get it today, Frederica. You will get your money. I will cash app it to you today. I don't know how to use the cash app. I will get Drizzy to show me how to use the cash app to give you your $20. And the first time I see you starting shit in the chats, ban. Y'all did this shit before. Same thing, same drama bullshit. And I don't want to deal with it. I come over here to have a good time. Cut up. But I got to deal with the kids in the comments. Acting a fool.
mugiyeyo muwulise ani abo ali ate nze nkutte enzikiza
yitogera abadde agenda kufa suffocation biringa nange
Miracles do happen. Said this kid was dropped off, his legs is tied up. That's what's coming out. Look what's going on with Balenciaga. How many celebrities have you come out and seen that did the videos about Balenciaga? I know I've seen them all the time coming out about Trump. Every day somebody was doing a video about Trump. What about Balenciaga? They're doing child porn shit over there. Do y'all care about that? No, we don't care about it. Why not? Because we're part of it. We don't want to get caught up in that bullshit. What about these two right here? These two, go look at their artwork hanging on their wall. That's not normal artwork. Look at the artwork in Balenciaga. I had it over here. I'm going to play this damn video right here. Bryson. We're going to play Bryson's video. Let's play it. Might get a strike. Who cares? Don't really matter.
All celebrities are controlled. You don't see no celebrities talking about the Balenciaga situation, right? So that just shows you all of these celebrities.
That's Ye talking about that shit.
Don't let them in.
Kim Kardashian was on, has a deal with Balenciaga. Why ain't she being canceled? Oh, yeah, you can't say shit bad about the Jews, but you can talk about you can have child porn shit over here and nobody bats an eye. But don't you say a word about the Jews. You can talk shit about white people, but don't you say a word about Jews. How dare you?
Influence you in any way because they're controlled by the people who really influence the world. They're not serving God.
They keep trying to cancel me. I don't care nada.
I don't care nada.
Kids just to run up commas. Brands keep going woke. They gon' lose dollars, threw away Nike. And now I burn Balenciaga.
And this right here is he's getting rid of this name brand shit. Remember when all of y'all was out there bitching and raising hell because the NFL was out there taking a knee? The NBA was out there taking a knee when the national anthem was playing. Why? And they didn't do that shit in China. Why? Because China runs shit. But all of y'all said, look, y'all get out there and support the national anthem. Well, maybe they might be doing it now, but you should have stopped watching them back then. You don't have the conviction. Your backbone is full of jellyfish liquid.
They keep coming for our kids, now we need to follow. Designer brands, then they high. I know hell is hotter, threw away Nike. And now I burn Balenciaga. If you a Christ, you on my team, you know what I mean.
Where's mustache at?
LGBT on children movie screens.
Pull mustache up in this bitch.
They sneak it in the scenes. And all these clothing brands be doing the same thing.
Kendall, what's going on? Michael, John, Kalina. Go to JamieChapmanFES.com. JamieChapmanFES.com. Sign up there because we're going to do something. We're going to get off this YouTube shit because they like to silence it. But we're going to have a channel where everybody can come. Certain people can come.
They going to get the message. It's time to build our own up like it's Tetris. Epstein Island, can I see the guest list?
Shit about
we gotta protect the children because they
precious.
You this channel,
Frederica.
Now, what they
so you got something to watch.
Because it's going to get worse. Just wait for their next trick. They keep trying to cancel me. I don't care nada. I see they exploiting kids just to run.
I don't see Frank's ass in here neither. Where's he at?
They going to lose dollars, threw away Nike. And now I burn Balenciaga.
Whoa, whoa.
They keep coming for our kids, now we need to follow. Designer brands, then they high. I know hell is hotter, threw away Nike.
52-minute shows. What the hell are you talking about, 52-minute shows? We'll do 52 times 7.
And now I learn Balenciaga, let me get my 1400 bag.
$1,400 for a pair of shoes?
You go woke, you go broke. Yeah, that's big facts. Now you can't blame Kanye, so you big man.
I'm going to make me some flip-flops out of used tires.
They call it art, but we call it pedophilia. They try to cancel culture, but now we got to... As
long as they still got tread on. No, it can't be slick. Can't have no racing slicks on there unless you like to slip around and slide. I'm going to have some lug tire treads on mine. Get good traction. Shout out, Frank.
Supreme Court documents about CP, and not a word from the White House or sleeping. Joe, you know you as a fan. Kyrie just got banned. It's all part of the plan. Are you woke? Companies pulling scams, exploiting all the children, selling them for bands. Are you broke? Now they still blaming Ray J. But me, I'm blaming Kim K. I pray to God every day when I wake up. They keep trying to cancel me, I don't care nada. I see they exploiting kids just to run up commas. Brands keep going woke, they gon' lose dollars, threw away Nike. And now I burn Balenciaga.
Burning Balenciaga.
Now I burn Balenciaga. They keep coming for our kids, now we need to follow. Designer brands and they hot, I know hell is hotter, threw away Nike. And now I burn Balenciaga. Burn Balenciaga. Burn Balenciaga.
Burn Balenciaga, bitches. Oh, they ain't nothing to see here, Jamie. They just doing that because they like to do shit like that. Here we got Jim Carrey, a far left actor and Trump basher. Jim Carrey bails from Twitter. I'm leaving Twitter. Well, why? Kick rocks by. What's up with the EU talking about they're going to ban Twitter? What's the wrong about Elon Musk owning Twitter? Oh, y'all don't like it because he's stopping all the bullshit, bringing people back that y'all censored and silenced, working with the federal government, which is against the law. Traitors. Flatter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Dark Brandon. Now listen, when we first got free, that's how he said. It used to be like, Master gave us this.
Who first got free, Frederica?
The black man. They said, Master,
when was that, Frederica? Frederica, when was that?
Be thankful.
Frederica, when was that?
He said we need to be thankful.
Frederica, when was that?
Listen what I'm saying.
No, I hear you what you're saying, but you're talking bullshit. When did you get free, Frederica?
I was never oppressed.
Well, then what the hell are you bitching about?
It sounds like.
What are you bitching about, Frederica?
When somebody gives you something.
Frederica, what are you bitching about today? What has got your panties bunched up and got a lip pinched? What's got you all been up today about the racist America that you live in and get a government check from? Frederica, nobody's making you stay here in this country, are they?
I said,
Frederica, is anybody making you stay here in this country?
I am not talking about.
You called in and said back when we got freed, you were never locked up to be freed.
You sound oppressed and thankful for the oppressor when you say Drizzy gave me this great channel.
No, I said Drizzy did this for free. I said Drizzy did this for free so you can watch it.
Thank you. Hey, and you can do this on your own, Jamie. Empower yourself is all I'm saying.
I'm pretty much empowered.
You don't need nobody to dictate for you what's going on.
What do you mean dictate what? Who's dictating anything to me?
You sound proud to go.
Who is dictating to me, Frederica? Who is dictating? Frederica, are you drunk?
No,
Frederica, have you been drinking? Frederica, Frederica, I've dealt with drunks pretty much my whole life. Have you been drinking today?
No, I don't drink.
Frederica, stop lying. I can hear it in your Frederica, I can hear it in your voice.
You can't hear shit.
Have you been drinking today? Have you been drinking today? Frederica, have you been drinking today?
No, I don't drink.
Frederica, I'm going to hang up the phone if you lie to me one more time.
I'm about to put myself on FaceTime. Let's do a general.
Have you been drinking today? Frederica, I can hear it in your voice.
What the fuck? It's only 4 o'clock.
I know. Why would you start drinking this early? What's up? Are you and Tommy hooking up? Are you and Tommy hooking up doing shots against each other or something?
No, you want to get the episode off of Drizzy and you providing your own and quit being.
Get the episode off of Drizzy. What are you talking about? I said Drizzy does all of this shit. So you've got a show to watch, and then you come over here and bash Drizzy.
You be thankful for the people that have you captured in Stockholm Syndrome, and you become grateful, and you like, without Drizzy, you wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't be free today. I mean, look at this glorious America we got. Drizzy's giving me all kind of info in the game with me. He's my best friend. You sound codependent.
Are you through now?
No. I want you to be like, okay.
Well, go put your pad on. I think you need to change your pad. Change your pad out. He sounds like he's drunk to me. That's what it sounds like to me. EU threatened Musk with Twitter ban. Why? Why would the EU be threatening Musk with a Twitter ban? He must have some information now, or have access to information that shows how corrupt these big tech companies are working with the federal government to silence people. He might have some more stuff than that. I can't hear that. What did he say? I can't hear that. But Musk is one of those that you can't bully around. I welcome Elon Musk's intent to get Twitter 2.0 ready for DSA. Huge work ahead still, as Twitter will have to implement transparent user policies, significantly reinforce content moderation, and tackle disinformation. Looking forward to seeing the progress in all these areas. Well, you don't get to see all them areas there. It's a private company, remember? He can do what the hell he wants. Remember when y'all had that was your go-to line? It's a private company. They can silence who they want to. He's bringing more people back on, not silencing anybody. He's bringing more people back on. What did y'all do? What the hell did y'all do over there? What kind of coercion did you have going on with the White House and Twitter, the White House and Facebook, the White House and YouTube, the White House and Google? What y'all do and get caught at? Trump done told you all got caught. All of you got caught. We're just waiting on some real law enforcement in this country to do something about it.
So we are in Austin together with Elon Musk. Thank you very much, Elon, for welcoming me.
Thank you. Most welcome.
And we discussed many issues. And
what happened to that guy that was over there working, trying to do peace in Ukraine? It just died. Oh, we don't want peace over here. You got to die, buddy. I'll pull up that story in a little bit.
To be able to explain to you the DSA.
Peter Wozny, what's up? Jerry Chambers, how you doing?
And I think that now you understand very well. It fits pretty well with what you think we should do on a platform.
Thousands have left Twitter. But guess what? He's implementing 62,000 people that were banned. Nasty abortions. So how many of your thousands have left? I wish they would all leave. See, that's what the left don't have. They don't have convictions in what they say they're going to. Remember that? I'm going to leave America if Trump gets elected. Nobody left. I'm going to leave Twitter. Next day, they're right back. Go ahead and leave. Who cares? Who cares if you leave? If I don't want to listen to you, I'll just flick to another thing and watch. But not y'all. Y'all don't want that. He can't say that shit over there. Why can't he say that? Well, for one thing, it's the truth. We don't want the truth getting out. Nasty abortions. If that's really your name, I doubt it is. You ain't got the balls to call up here. Skank. Apple helps communists. This is what Apple does. Helps communist China by disabling the airdrop feature over there in China, where they're communicating with each other. You don't have to have internet connection. Just be close to somebody and you can airdrop to each other. What's Apple do? Disables that shit on phones over there for the Chinese. Who are y'all working with, Apple? It was never the Russians. It was always China. Same ones that infiltrated our elections back in 2020 and 2022. Guess what? Y'all got caught. I can't wait till the tribunal start. I want to be front row center with popcorn. And then I want to watch when you get, what happens to you when you get found guilty. Because like that lady told them yesterday out there in Arizona, what y'all are doing is called treasonous. And treason is still punishable by capital punishment. That's right. Hanging, electrocution, firing squad, you pick it. This is what the people over in China are fighting against, where they lock them in their houses because they go, COVID. COVID? What the hell is COVID? You know that shit we had down at Wuhan that got loose on the world, walked out by itself, and went all over the world, planned. It's called a plandemic. What is pan? What is demic? Look that shit up. But over in China, see, China don't have no constitution. The people in China don't have the right to bear arms to fight against this shit. Look at this building right here. Can you see this building right here? See that right there?
大家请看，这是3单元的严拉杰斯绑人的。我从4单元把这个门开以后过来以后，我们投他是说哈，我们都
They got the doors locked. They was welding them shut so people couldn't get out. That building caught on fire. Where were they gonna go? What, they jump out the window like they did off of the towers in New York? Remember when that happened? How did that happen? Well, somebody took a plane and slammed it to it. Bullshit. Go piss down that guy's back because I don't believe nothing you're saying. Bullshit. Well, tell me why this building didn't collapse on in its footprint. Wasn't no diesel fuel. I mean, no jet fuel. Locking them in the house. They can't come out. And that place caught on fire, and people are raising hell over there, standing up. They don't have no guns over there. They can't fight back. They can fight back with numbers. Right there. Burn them up, and then they're silencing this shit on YouTube and shit and Twitter. Why y'all doing that? Why? Rare nationwide protests have broken out in multiple cities in China. Many demonstrators expressed frustration over stringent COVID lockdowns. Remember when I played that video for you the other day with them playing soccer and they had the CGI mask that they were putting on everybody? Do you really think people will look at that and go, "Look, they all got masks on"? That's not real. That's not a real mask. Y'all didn't even use the good NASA CGI to put the mask on everybody. Why not? Well, we don't have to over here because we control everything. We're tyrants, bitches. But Apple silenced people from sharing information.
Unless you read the Daily Mail, which is an English paper published online, you probably didn't know that Chinese President Xi Jinping sent a major city last night in order to put down
Serena, do you still got the herpes?
Rule. Virtually no American media outlets even acknowledge that
Do you,
happened.
Serena?
And that's pretty weird.
I heard that's why your last boyfriend left.
Imagine, for example, that Hungarian leader Viktor Orban put tanks into Budapest to crush his political opponents. Would our media
Tommy
notice?
T-Bone.
Oh, yeah, they would. It'd be on the
Real
front page
Nunny?
of the New York Times. Morning Joe would lead with it.
LJ.
And keep in mind that Hungary is a very small country. It's got a GDP smaller than South Dakota's.
Looks
China,
like about
by
8 over
profound
there.
contrast,
I
has
don't
the
know.
biggest
Don't know who's
economy
in
in the world. China's our main global rival. It's a highly significant place. And yet somehow, no
Looks
one
like
in
about
any
8
newsroom in America
over there.
noticed when Xi Jinping decided to replay
Y'all four
Tiananmen
makes
Square.
12.
They just didn't see it, even though the pictures were on the internet. How's that possible? Could it be that the American news media is covering for the government of China? We can't
Well,
say
friend's
what
still
you need
there.
to call
Thanks for
it.
the concern.
We can
Might
say
as well
for a
stay there.
fact
You
that
done
Apple
infected
is
him. You
covering
might as
for the
well
government
stay.
of China. Apple is the most valuable company in the world. It's got a current market cap of trillions of dollars. Financial list.
Might as well stay. You don't ruin his chances with the new girl. Might as well stay with your nasty ass.
Describe Apple as an American company. You can see why they do. Apple is headquartered in the United States. It was founded by Americans. To this day, it's run by an American citizen.
And that ain't
But
it.
those
You know
facts
the
don't
number
tell
here.
the story. In fact,
I'm gonna
at this
call you
point,
a man.
Apple is in no sense
Yes, sir.
American. Apple's
Yes, sir.
loyalty is to the government of China. And if you think that's an overstatement,
Tire.
consider this. Earlier
Jose
this
had it
month,
yesterday.
Apple did the bidding.
He had one
of the
yesterday
Chinese
doing that
government to
AIS
crush
DLT.
domestic protests.
It should be in the
against
tire
Communist
box.
Party there.
I look, but I
Apple did this
Well,
by
that's where it should be.
disabling its
Tire
permanent
box.
airdrop feature in China. And so far, only in China. It's the only country in which it's disabled.
Oh, there's
So why
16
did
there.
Apple disable that feature in China?
Getting them
Well, because
numbers
that
up.
feature, permanent
That's what we're
airdrop,
doing. 17
allows
now.
iPhone users
Hell
to
yeah,
communicate
boy.
directly
It's
with one
rising.
another
There's 20.
without using the
What's
internet
going
or
on?
cellular networks, both of which in a totalitarian state
I don't
like
know how
China
many's over on the
are controlled by the
Odyssey.
government.
Is that running?
That
Yep,
means
it's
that
running.
permanent
It's on
airdrop,
Odyssey. Don't know
it's
how many's over
effectively
there.
impossible
Maybe we're going to go over
for
there one day and have them
freedom-minded citizens to
chats.
organize with
Pull
one
it up
another.
so we
They're
can
powerless.
read them chats.
Apple, of course, knows this. And that's why when iPhone users in China began using permanent airdrop to complain about the Communist Party, Apple just shut it down. In other words, and again, this is not an overstatement, Apple is now an active collaborator with China's
Apple's working with the CCP,
murderous
just like my man Kemp here in Georgia did.
police state. When tanks roll into a Chinese city, Apple is rooting for the tanks. Well, for a company based outside San Jose, this seems like a big step. Becoming a partner with a Chinese police state? Yes. And yet, once again, this fact received virtually no coverage in the United
No
States.
coverage
Apple's
from
decision to side
because they're complicit with it too, Tucker. They're part of it. Your company's part of it. Fox News is part of it.
with the oppressors over the oppressed, Apple's decision to actively help America's enemies to hurt ordinary people.
That's why they stopped calling it the China virus. Because China said stop calling it the China virus. They said, yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir, boss.
People seeking freedom. It just wasn't news in the
Konnichiwa.
view of the New York Times. Not that you should be surprised by it. Apple has been sucking up to the Communist Party of China for many years. Watch this clip from 2017 of the company's CEO,
Call you what I want
Tim
to?
Cook.
I will.
China's done
Thank you for your permission to do what I want to do.
People out of poverty. They've done an incredible job. I mean,
I just called you out because you're fake. Sassy, nasty abortions. You're fake. Just like most people that hide behind that shit. You're fake. You can't come out and say what you mean and show who you are because you're fake.
Beyond what any country has done. We were talking about mid-90s to today. The biggest change is the number of people that have been pulled out of poverty.
Where'd this man's testosterone go to?
We should all applaud that. And we should all feel good about it. And so there are, in the environmental leadership today is very clear.
That's so they can do the deals over there in China. That's a big market over there. That's why the NBA bows down to them. Don't y'all say shit over here about no wiggers or nothing like that. When y'all in China, NBA, and they go, yes, sir, boss. Well, they locking them guys up, killing them. Well, we can't say nothing about it because they won't let us come over here and infiltrate the market. Look at all these customers we got out here. You don't want to piss off all them potential customers that we got over here.
And it
Because it might affect your paycheck. Now do what you told, boy.
Completely with Apple's values.
Hello, Pete. Kevin, what's up, man?
Yes, government. Yes. I mean, they're very fixated.
Kevin, they're over on YouTube if you want to go over to the YouTube channel.
Doing the right things to avert climate change.
What happened? Tommy T-Bone Davis got tired of listening to the bullshit.
Oh,
Ain't gonna put up with it no more.
a very clever
Or I'll go gaming.
pastiche of half-truths.
Have a good
and
time
lies.
gaming.
So,
Don't have to
in the
listen
first
to
category, it is
no
true that China
stress
is
and
far
only drama I
richer
got
than
and
it was
stress
30
is
years
getting
ago.
killed.
That's indisputable. But
And
what
I'm pretty
Tim
good
Cook
at it.
doesn't mention is that much
I'm getting
of the
better every
money
day.
and virtually all of the technology, a large proportion of which was stolen,
Kevin, you go over to the
came
YouTube
from
channel.
the United States.
If you want to.
So that's a debatable claim at best. But environmental leadership from China, that is not.
Jennifer, what's going on?
Tim Cook is telling us in that clip. With
Jennifer was up early this morning, and for some reason I thought, I might have been thinking about a nighttime show, Jennifer. I thought you was up real early over there because I was here early this morning gaming. And Jennifer jumped on. And I said, man, damn, she done got up at like 6 o'clock over there because she's over in England. But she's ahead of us. So it was about lunchtime for her when I got started. But I woke up this morning about 1:30. Says, just a huge thunder strike outside. Man, it woke me. I said, yeah. Why you scared, Jamie? Because I must not have been living right. It scared the shit out of me. And it didn't do it no more. But I heard the rain. And I laid down there. And at about 3:30, it did it again. One strike. Woke me up. Hear the rain. Go back to sleep. And at 5:30, it started doing it like it was coming in. I could hear it coming in. But I got up, come on up here. Still cloudy this morning when I got up here. And Robert said, it's not going to be raining the rest of the day.
The Chinese government is a model for environmental stewardship. And that is completely ludicrous. China is the opposite of that. It's the greatest offender against the environment. China is the biggest polluter in the world by far. No country comes close. Not just in carbon emissions, they're building new coal plants, but in plastics in the ocean, in heavy metals in the ground, polluting the land and the water, China leads the pack. No one's close.
And Greta won't say shit to him because she's scared.
That's widely known. So if you're claiming otherwise, you're
Michael,
just lying,
what's up, Michael?
Which Tim Cook absolutely is. But the question is, why is he lying? Why does Apple, as a company and its CEO,
Yeah, huge line of them come through this morning, but it only woke me up. Like I heard like one thunderclap,
to help the Chinese
but it was
Communist Party
huge.
oppress its own
Like the
citizens?
house was
Those
shaking.
are good questions. We reached out today to Apple. We wanted to hear their side of the story.
Kevin says working out night shift,
So
sleep
instead,
all day.
we will bring you
Worked
Tim
all
Cook's most
night,
recent
sleep all
explanation. This is from
day.
last year. Here it is.
You have been criticized for not speaking out on human rights issues, for example, in China and other countries as
two or
well.
three over there now,
This
I
is
think.
something I think a lot of
I think it's
companies
like 3 hours
that have been
ahead.
doing business in China struggle with. A number of companies, as you know, have abandoned China. How do you think about that?
I think that we have a responsibility as a business
Go ahead and buy you one there, Sassy.
In as many
That's,
places
see, that's
as we
the great
can.
thing about capitalism and being free. You get to choose what you do, Sassy, and nobody's going to stop you.
Because I think business.
You can go out and get you a jab if you want to go get a jab. It's your choice. Go ahead.
This is this huge catalyst. I believe in what Tom Watson said: is world peace through world trade.
World peace through world trade. No, world peace is with somebody that'll blow your shit up if you start messing with them. We had that under Trump. People did not mess with America because we had a strong leader up there. Where the hell's Joe? Have y'all seen Joe? Last time I seen him, he was going down the hall. Was he mumbling to himself? Most time he does.
You have to get
Was he looking for the shower? Because his daughter's not here right now.
your head around when you're operating outside the U.S. in any country in the world that there are different laws, and so that's
Different
part
law.
of the
We got to check these laws out we got here in America there. First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment.
the complexity and part of the beauty of the world is everybody has their
Shut
own
these
laws
companies
and
down that's
customs.
doing business with our enemies, China.
There's a reason that guy runs.
Why ain't y'all calling them out for shutting them phones over there in China? Are y'all in favor of them locking them up in buildings and letting them burn to death? Is that what y'all are in favor of on the left? Don't see no videos coming from Hollywood about that, neither do you. Why not? Because they can't. Because that's a big market for them too. We won't show your shows over here. You better take that scene out of that movie and they'll take it out. Because they bow down. If you go, I ain't taking it out. Okay, you can't play it over here. Okay, we won't play it over there. See ya. Now check this out. The next one that you want us to show over there, it's going to cost you double.
It's the world's most valuable company. There's talent there. Notice
You don't operate from a place of weakness.
the total lack of defensiveness. The question effectively was, you're getting rich from business with bloodthirsty dictators.
Who's red?
He's not bothered by it. What we're
Yes, what's
doing,
going on,
Mr.
girl?
New York Times guy, we're seeking world peace through world trade. World peace through world trade. So helping the Chinese police state put
I
down
got an
peaceful
Apple phone.
protests with tanks. It's not a sin.
If Tesla
It's a blow
Musk
for
comes out with
peace.
a phone, works as good, I'll give up this Apple phone.
Unless you read the Daily Mail.
Just in, Democrats elect election denier Hakeem Jeffries. Why do they do that? Well, one thing I can tell you right now, because he's black.
Russia interfered with our election, attacked our
Election
democracy
denier.
for the sole purpose of
Election
artificially
denier.
placing someone at 1600 Pennsylvania
Election denier.
Avenue. They were successful.
Election denier. And you only got elected because you're black. It wasn't because of nothing you accomplished in your life. Governor Kristi Noem bans using China-controlled TikTok using state devices over security threats. Now, who was that said something about that? Who was that said something about TikTok being a security threat? Let me think. Who was that said that? Was that Trump? Yeah, it was Trump. Told y'all bitches a lot of truths. You didn't want to listen to him. Why not? Because here's a shocking video. Guy walks up to a cop, a traffic officer, shoots him in the head. Following view. That's it. Just walks right up, shoots him in the head. Is that a hate crime? Because that guy's white and the guy shoots him black. Is that a hate crime? Just walked up to him, shot him in the head. I got some Copenhagen stuck in my throat. It said it was an ambush. I get the tag plates off this car because they probably have something to do with it. Walk him up and shoot him in there. It's Philadelphia. Oh, yeah. Who runs Philadelphia? Is that Republican or Democrat? Who is that that's in control of Philadelphia? I think it's Democrats. I will have vengeance. Architect of Mar-a-Lago Trump Ye dinner vowed to in 2020 to burn Republican Party to the effing ground. 2 days before Thanksgiving, President Trump down set for a dinner with his supporter and friend Kanye West at his Mar-a-Lago home. The story has made headlines since revealed that Ye bought with him Milo Yiannopoulos and Nick Fuentes. Well, Milo's a gay guy, and Nick, as they say, he's a Nazi. He's a Holocaust denier. Maybe he wants to deny the Holocaust. What are you saying? He don't have that right to deny it? Maybe he don't think it happened. Maybe he don't see things quite the way you do. Stop trying to tell people what they got to do. You bunch of tyrants. You fascist sons of bitches. Who cares? Cop killer Kevin Johnson executed in Missouri. Good thing. Kill him. Why? He killed a cop. Found guilty of it. Well, execute his ass. Missouri man who murdered a police officer in 2005 has been executed for his crime. Kevin Johnson, 37, killed Kirkwood Police Sergeant William McAtee when he was called to his neighborhood over a report of fireworks. When he arrived at the scene, he began speaking with a 13-year-old boy while still seated in his patrol car, according to the Officer Down memorial page. A subject unrelated to the original call approached the patrol car from the passenger side and opened fire, striking Sergeant McEntee several times. The patrol car then traveled a short distance and crashed into a tree. The subject approached the patrol car again and shot McEntee several more times. After murdering the officer, Johnson fled the scene and was at large for several days. He was caught after a tipster alerted police. Johnson had gone to the Supreme Court to request a stay of execution, claiming that racial discrimination played a role in this person's case. Well, hold up. Did you shoot the cop? Yeah. Guilty. See, notice how I didn't ask what color you were? I just asked if you shot the cop. That's because he's black. He got the death penalty because he's black. Well, let's see. When did this happen? 2005. What year is it? 22. 17 years. $17 years to bring about this. Why? Why does it take 17 years for this guy got sentenced to death? It should have been like 2006 at the latest. Well, you got a process. You got to go through the courts and all that. Well, you need to speed that shit up. Y'all can't do it no better over there. Let's privatize it. Better get quick done fast in a hurry. Be like we be rolling them bitches through like a super checkout line at Walmart. Come on, dude. I got 5 cashiers checking your one guy out. You got 5 guys, the registers all around. One guy brings his buggy up there and he just goes out there and the guys are just snatching shit and scanning it. And it's got a total over it. Go pay him. We got the next one going. Got 17 bag boys. I'm creating jobs. 17 bag boys just bagging shit quick as they can to get it out. And then one of them takes it to the car. He gets a tip. He comes back and splits it with his buddies. Unless he's a cheat like Frederick, and then he come back in and go, I didn't get no tip. Why is your pocket bulging right there? Well, that's from yesterday. Yeah, okay. We're going to strip your ass down before we start bagging groceries in the afternoon on our shift. And if you come back in, well, he might suitcase that dollar bill. Oh, you ever heard about the suitcases? What's a suitcase? That's where they stuff it in their butthole. Tommy, what you got in your suitcase? Tommy, they be bringing cell phones into jail with it. They suitcase it in. Now, I don't know who wants to be dialing phone that's been in somebody's butthole. You talk on it like this. Hey, speak up, I can't hear you. You don't want to get close to your face because it's got dookie on it. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Mr. F to the D. If a police can do policing, they should not get shot, right?
If a police can do policing, they shouldn't get shot. Well, I don't know. I just showed you a video of a cop looked like he was doing parking tickets, and somebody walked up and shot him in the head.
Well, different circumstances. The object is to not get shot, right?
Well, that's pretty much, I think everybody's object is not get shot, Frederica.
Stay alert, stay alive.
Yeah, something like that.
Trump said, I don't like the ones that get popped or get caught or something. What was Trump saying about the prisoners? He's like,
oh my God, here we go.
I like the ones that they get popped.
So now you're in favor of criminals now, Frederica? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, like Trump said, he was in favor of veterans and, I mean, good people, and I guess there's good people on both sides. But I'm just saying.
Good people on both sides.
How do you differentiate?
He wasn't talking about that when he was talking about good people on both sides. He was talking about the Charlotte's thing, Charlottesville. There was good people up there on both sides.
No, I don't think it was ever.
So there wasn't no good people on the other side? All the people on the other side that opposed what was going on, they were all bad. And they're only bad if they oppose what you're in favor of? Is that what you're saying?
They are actually for what I'm in favor of.
What's that?
Exposing the Jews.
Exposing Jews?
Said that they will not replace us. They was talking about the Jews and the mainstream society, man.
They will not replace us. I thought they was up there protesting. I thought they was up there protesting, taking down them statues. I thought that's what they were up there for. I thought that's what Charlottesville was about. I thought it was about them taking down the statues.
No.
It wasn't about taking down the statues?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, that would mean they were Confederates then. Are you saying the Confederates are Nazis? That's not the same.
No, I'm not calling Confederates Nazis. I'm saying I thought the Charlottesville protests were some people wanted to take down the statue and some people didn't.
So good people on both sides.
Yeah.
I guess.
The good people would be the ones not breaking the law on both sides. Because I'm pretty sure some of the people on the left, I'm pretty sure not everybody on the left was burning and looting. Just like I'm pretty sure everybody on the right wasn't going, they will not replace us.
What was they doing?
I don't know what they were doing.
Saying,
well, check this out, Frederick. I know the ones on the right weren't burning and stealing shit.
Well, nobody burning.
They weren't.
But racists got mad and hit the gas, and people got killed. It was peaceful until that.
Well, wasn't that because there was a bunch of people surrounded his car?
No, it was a protest. He tried to drive down a crowded protest street.
Well, guess what? What you need to do with that is lock him up.
Okay.
Do you agree with that, Frederica?
They didn't lock up Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse didn't do anything wrong.
I mean,
and I'm pretty sure he got locked up, Frederica. He went to trial, Frederica. He went to trial and was found not guilty for defending himself.
But did he go home that night?
I don't know if he went. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he turned himself into the cops.
Come on. He walked right to the police and walked right past the police.
I thought he turned himself into the cops. Regardless, Frederica, what's your point? Frederica, was he guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty by the court.
There you go. That's what we go by, right? Hey, that's what we go by, right?
Make our own.
Ain't that what we go by?
No.
Ain't that what we go by?
That's what we used to go by.
I thought that's what we go by now.
Since Zimmerman and Rittenhouse got free, we got 2 passes.
You got 2 passes?
2 passes. To do whatever the hell we want.
Well, you used up one right here, Frederica. Frederica, you used one up right here. You done used up that other one that you had when you killed that black retired sheriff. He's drunk. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My bad. This is F to the D. Hey, was you about to hang up on me? I tried to hang up on you first.
I figured you was, so that's what I was waiting on.
You was about to hang up on me. I knew you would.
Did you know I was going to hang up on? Did you see that? You remember that black cop that got killed up there? I think it was Chicago. He was protecting his buddy's pawn shop, and they killed him. The black guy killed him.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
That's collateral damage.
Oh, that's collateral damage. I thought that was what using one of your passes.
No,
What you mean you get a free pass?
Damage. He was acting like an Uncle Tom. Hey, some people.
All right. I ain't listening to that bullshit. I ain't listening to your bullshit, Frederica. And you done used all your calls up. Don't call no more. How many calls was that today, Frank? Frank, how many was that? Frank, how many calls was that? Oh, you ain't been here all day. You don't know. I think that was the third or fourth one. Michael, Patricia, how you doing, girl? YouTube site is Freak Bites. Hold up. Not Jamie Chapman FES. Not Jamie Chapman FES. Let's see what that channel is. Yeah, not Jamie Chapman FES. Patricia, Michael. Frank, Frank, you said he didn't get enough calls. He should get 17, 18 calls a day. China released COVID, but these two guys funded this creation. Well, but these guys, not these two guys. These guys, these three. That's Barack, Joe Biden, and Fauci. They're talking about codifying gay marriage, making it legal so gay people can be married. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from? Check this out, what you can't do in your gay marriage. You can't have kids. You can't have kids in the gay marriage. Yes, I can. I can adopt.
The name of your show is Freddy Need to Stop Lying, right?
No.
That's copyrighted.
That's the title. The title is Freddy Needs to Stop Lying.
You talking about me, right?
Are you Freddy?
Then you want salad.
Are you Freddy or Frederica? Hold on. Are you Freddy or Frederica?
Who's Freddy?
Or Dark Brandon? Who am I talking to?
This is F to the D.
Or F to the D? What does the L stand for? What's the L stand for?
Frederica to the D.
Okay, who is Frederica? I said Freddy needs to stop lying. Are you assuming something again?
Freddy needs to stop lying. I don't know. I've been on 2 shows today. I'm on a roll. I don't know who I am.
Well,
you think I'm drunk, right?
Yeah, you're drunk. You've been drinking.
Shut your ass. You don't know shit.
Yeah, and I bet you've been drinking. Hey, this is what y'all do is say, how does Jamie know I've been drinking? Because I've talked to you sober. Because this is how I know that you've been drinking. Because I've talked to you sober.
No, you ain't.
Oh, so I've never talked to you sober?
Drinking Modelo.
Okay. Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 was shot down on 17th July 2014 while flying over eastern Ukraine. Oh, Ukraine. All 283 passengers and 15 crew were killed. This was because the plane had world-renowned AIDS researcher Dr. Jope Lang, who was going to declare HIV as a man-made disease. Now go back. What's that old black man's name?
Dr. Sebi.
No, it's an old black man. He was talking about this last night, but it was an older video, and I seen it again last night. But he was talking about that Ukrainian flight and the people that were on it, and how they had a patent on something, a vaccine, and 4 of the people on the plane died. The brother of one of them that wasn't on the plane was alive, and it come to find out he was tied in with Pfizer or something. What is that? Oh, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. The old black guy, the old gray-haired black guy.
Yeah, Pfizer's and the Bush been in cahoots since U.S. flying into the Nazis. What you mean?
What do you mean?
That ain't nothing new. And that's a fake picture of Fauci in a Nazi suit.
Huh?
You better take that out of there.
What? This picture right here?
That's fake as shit.
That's Dr. Fauci. What are you talking about?
It look like a Nazi uniform.
Where?
That's Photoshop.
Where do you see That's him by himself. That's him with Bush. That's him with Clinton. That's him with Barack Obama. That's him with Trump. What are you talking about?
The one before that.
What one before that?
Rode up to the one up there that had him in the military Nazi uniform. You've seen it.
I didn't see it. What are you talking about?
It's on your page. Go back up, and you'll see Fauci's face on a.
I don't care. Who cares? Who cares, whiny ass? Pull your panties. Look, this is what you need to start doing. Stop wearing panties, Frederica, because they're pinching your lips. They're making you. Are you hungry? Do you need a Snicker bar? Do you need a Snicker bar?
I don't know if you can.
All you want to do is complain and bitch. What good are you?
Oh, you be complaining.
What good are you? What good are you? But you complain and bitch about the wrong things. Why don't you get out here and complain and bitch about them trafficking children? Why don't I hear you complaining about that? Why don't I hear you complain about that? Are you in favor of it?
What do I complain and bitch about?
Everything. Last call. No more today. Fred's on the rag and the ripple. What's the name? What's the title of the show? What's the title? Freddie needs to stop lying. Sooner you get started, sooner you get done. Yeah, what's up with this right here? What's going on here? You see it with your own eyes?
Claro. ¿Quién te dio cómo conseguiste los papeles?
Traffickers. This is Frederica's bunch that are trafficking kids. I think this is a Veritas, yeah.
Sí, tienes que tener un seguro social, ¿no? Así de seguro social. Ajá, ¿y cómo lo conseguiste?
Se le llama una persona y él le viene a la casa.
¿Y cuánto cobró?
$150.
$150.
Who is recruiting and transporting minors for the purpose of labor. That is trafficking. That is a federal offense.
Our undercover journalists traveled to Florida. There, they met 20-year-old Frander.
Bonita Springs.
Who admitted to paying for his sponsor.
$50,000 pagar a migración y otros $3,000 aquí la recibida.
And never having lived at his sponsor's address.
Diste una dirección, pero nunca fuiste a esa dirección.
No fui a esa dirección.
Ni fuiste con él nunca, con Gregorio.
A su casa no.
We met a 15-year-old girl in Houston who told us she had to drop out of school to work long hours in a restaurant kitchen because she owes money to the cartels.
Meses y después te saliste. Sí. Porque tuviste que pagar tu deuda, ¿no? Pero de qué hora a qué hora trabajas?
A las 4. Entra y sale las 2 de la mañana.
Who was
15 years
old? How many were in this particular ring?
There was one on here yesterday said that
it requires a
her
lot of
sponsor was pimping
so
her
labor
out.
Trafficking, they would be following those vans to where they were taking the children to work.
So in other words, Project Veritas probably has to go out and do the HHS, Office of the Inspector General's job for them.
¿Y estás trabajando también? ¿Y dónde trabajas? Ah, donde te lleven, wow. ¿Y cuánto tiempo tienes de estar aquí?
Allowing these kinds of businesses to thrive because of this labor trafficking, it's cruel and exploitative, and it's creating conditions really of slavery again in our country.
I don't understand why anybody
It ain't creating it again, it's just been going on.
Move a child quickly as opposed to vetting that the place that the child is going is safe.
That's Project Veritas. Breaking news.
Obviously, the Kyrie situation. And after the Kyrie situation, Kyrie Irving, on Twitter was trending the Jews. I don't believe that censorship and penalties are the way to end anti-Semitism or to not gain understanding. I don't believe in that.
You don't
and
believe
I
it?
think it's the wrong way
You
for
should
us to
believe it.
approach it. Kyrie Irving, they suspended him from playing basketball. Penalizing somebody for having a thought, I don't think is the way to change their minds or gain understanding. This is a grown-ass man. And the idea that you would say to him, we're going to put you in a timeout. You have to sit in the corner and stare at the wall.
Sit in the corner.
Until you no longer believe that the Jews control the international banking system. Like, we have to get past this in the country.
You don't think they do? They do control it? Did you see that list that Kanye had that night on his phone? All the executives at all them companies, Jewish. Well, you can't say all of them. Well, all of these are. You can't say all about anything. Christy McVeigh, Fleetwood Mac singer, songwriter, died at the age of 79, the band says. Not the band, Christy. Fleetwood Mac, band member dies. Put her on the list. Moloch is needing the blood for the sacrifices to bring in the damn demons to do their handiwork because Twitter's finna release some information. You better watch out when shit like that's finna happen because they'll do something to distract the news cycle. What's it called? We call it a French fry. Celebrity trainer dies suddenly at home, 53 years old. Guy looks like he's in pretty good shape. But he died suddenly. Do you know what he died from? No, we don't know. We can't discuss that. They'll take us off the channel. We can't talk about that. We all know what it was, but we can't say nothing. New York Times, when high fashion and QAnon collides. QAnon? What do you mean, Q or Anon? They're not the same person. It's not one person. There's Q and there's Anons. The New York Times can't get that right either. New York Times protects Balenciaga over pedo images, blames QAnon instead. It was QAnon's fault that they did this shit. That they had the kids in the sadomasochism dress up with the teddy bears, and then they had the child porn thing on the child porn law on the table. And then they had the picture of the girl all dressed in red with red on her hands with red. What are you trying to portray there? And I don't hear nobody over there in Hollywood saying nothing about it. Security reports discovered Balenciaga used a copy of United States versus William, which was a child pornography case decided by the Supreme Court as a prop. Now, why would they use that as a prop? That's why I'm telling you, when you look at pictures or you look at something, look in the background. Don't look at what you're seeing up front. Look in the background because they got subtle messages in there that they're talking to people. Despite even apologizing for the shoot, the New York Times has just written a lengthy puff piece titled, When High Fashion and QAnon Collide. The article, which took 3 journalists to write, essentially protected Balenciaga in almost every line and blamed QAnon. Tucker Carlson, the New York Post, and Fox News for the new public belief the luxury brand condones child exploitation. Well, your pictures say that you do. Where did y'all get QAnon in any of that? So is something else QAnon that Q talked about is something else that they talked about coming true? I thought y'all said that was a conspiracy theory. I didn't ever believe it because y'all said it was a conspiracy theory. Were y'all lying to me about that too? New York Post and Primetime Fox News shows Tucker Carlson tonight. The show has helped to publicize the mainstream QAnon. It's not QAnon. It's Q. Y'all are journalists and you can't even get this right? The internet's conspiracy theory that a group of Satan-worshiping elites who run a child sex ring are trying to control our politics and media. Pretty much proven to be true. Here we have a major international retail brand promoting kiddie porn and sex with children, Mr. Carlson told viewers on November 22nd, and not promoting it subtly right out in the open. Well, it was right out in the open. You got the kids dressed up. You got you called it a prop. The child porn thing, decision on the desk covered up, but it's a prop. Why do you have that on there for? Why couldn't you pick something else? Oh, we see how y'all are trying to tie things in together. See, we're awake now. Or a lot more people are awake. We knew this shit. Where's the list for Ghislaine Maxwell? Guess what was trending yesterday? Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler's tied in with Balenciaga. What? Yeah. Research Chelsea Handler. See who all she was hanging out with. Now, Q said something about Chelsea Handler. Why is she back in the news? We don't know. Can't stop what's coming. Can't stop. Third crypto boss dies in a helicopter crash. Third crypto boss dies in a helicopter crash. Third crypto guy dies in a helicopter crash. Now, it's not 3 that's died in a helicopter crash, but it's 3 crypto people that died. Remember the guy last week that died? He come out and tweeted and said, hey, my ex-girlfriend is trying to plant child porn on my laptop. They're going to kill me. Guess what? He's dead. Nothing to see here, though. Mega MAGA, baby. I'm mega MAGA. Nothing to see here, though. That's just the third one. What about that other guy that's over there in the Bahamas sleeping with old jacked up jaw girl? Teeth's all crooked and shit, and they having sex parties or they're trading off partners or whatever they're doing. You remember when she was giggling? That's illegal. You ain't supposed to be taking advantage of retarded people like that and having sex with them. You gonna go to jail. Yeah, can a retarded person get consent to have sex? You finna go to jail, mister. Sam. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling to tell you.
I vote, hold on a second. I vote aye under duress. Arizona Mohawk County Board of Supervisor coerced a certified 2022 election. He said, I vote aye under duress. That's coercion. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Ken.
It is definitely coercion. It doesn't belong anywhere near a free and fair election anymore. That intellectual property protection involves should be anywhere near a voting machine of a free and fair election that stops people from carefully scrutinizing those machines.
About what?
What you can do with your...
Yeah. I'll talk to you in a little bit. You ain't going nowhere, are you?
Oh.
No, that's you, Kenan.
Oh, okay.
It's my daughter's birthday.
So when are you leaving?
Later.
Well, I'll talk to you before you leave. All right. Hey, are they through with that radiator?
Yes.
So we got to put on their vacuum in charge and all that shit, make sure everything's on there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready to turn the...
Vacuum in charge is on there?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Ken. Sorry about that.
All right. I just wanted to call up and say I'm the first one. I'm going to be the first one to say that Sam Bankman, whatever his name is.
Bankman-Fried.
What is it?
Bankman-Fried. SBF. Sam Bankman-Fried.
Bankman-Fried.
Yeah.
He didn't kill himself.
No, he didn't kill himself.
No.
He didn't commit suicide. Even though the handwritten note...
He didn't kill himself. He didn't narcissise himself.
Yeah, even though the handwritten note that says he did, that's written in somebody else's handwriting, he didn't.
Are you kidding me? He's not dead, is he?
No. Not yet he's not.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, not yet he's not. Yes. Not yet he's not.
No, he did narcissise himself.
How much?
Oh, just for a minute, I thought you were up on something I didn't know
Thank you, ma'am.
about.
Yeah, don't do anything for him.
Oh, them people are crazy, man. They're trying to, the central bankers, that's what this is all about. It's what it's always been all about. The monopoly shareholders.
Well, it's not about that. It's always been about God and the devil.
Well, that's true too, yeah.
That's where it's at. All this other shit is just dressing on top of it.
That's right.
So
they're just trying desperately to take out any kind of uncentralized currency and usher in their mark of the beast shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do.
Hold on, let's play this.
That's what that whole FEX thing was all about, truthfully. And then they decided to launder money through it.
I vote aye under duress.
Hold on, let's listen to this, Ken.
But it really was supposed to destroy all the cryptocurrency. That's what the whole point of it was. I don't think they anticipated getting caught with their little circle of, you know.
Caught with their pants down.
Back to them.
Caught with their pants down.
Again.
Yeah.
Again and again and again. I mean, it's like, holy crap! How can we learn any more corruption in the last 4 or 5 years? Could we have learned about any more corruption? I don't believe so.
I don't think we could either. This has been the most time of corruption that's been exposed and that we're learning about. It's also been the biggest time for celebrity deaths. I don't ever remember having this many celebrities die. You know, they used to go, well, when somebody would die, they go, well, you know, it comes in threes.
Yeah.
And it did come in threes because that was part of that was part of their ritual that they did.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. Who knows? I know this. They do things. The main thing they do, they think if they tell you, boldface tell you, and you go along with it, then that relieves them of the karma. They call it karmic something or other.
Yeah.
It's a satanic thing.
Yes, because they told you.
Doesn't matter what they do as long as they let you know, hey, you know, I'm a thief. So, you know, if I steal from you, well, I'm a thief. You know, that kind of thing. That's how they believe. That's how they justify it to themselves. And you see people do that all the time, justifying their actions through, you know, excuses they make or what have you. But that's what they do to justify all their actions is they're bold-faced about it. Look at Fact Check. They told you that the magic potion was, it goes through many tests for safety and effectiveness and is monitored closely. That's not proven safe or effective, and monitored closely is exactly what you do when you're conducting an experiment. So they basically could tell you, well, we told you.
Yeah, we told you. That's like that one of the first videos I played today that started off saying the vaccine is 100% effective. And then it went backwards down to zero. And then it started talking about boosters.
And remember, they first sold it to everybody because it wasn't for you, it was so you could protect others.
Yeah, so you couldn't get other people sick.
Say that, no, we never said it stopped transmission. I mean, what the? It's just mind-boggling.
And then you got all of these people that are dying, and they don't know why they're dying. Well, this should be the first question you ask. Were they vaccinated?
We don't know what all this sudden death stuff is.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
Lord, Jamie, where did it come from?
I have no idea. Probably climate change.
Yeah, it couldn't have been anything to do with a worldwide vaccination.
Well, they're trying to blame it on climate change.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
You know, we had that half marathon.
It's so blatantly obvious now. It's ridiculous.
That half marathon that was run last week. 2 people died of heart attack, and 18 or something like that. Others were hospitalized. These people, these people are in shape. This is what they do. They run a marathon. What is that like? A half marathon? A marathon is what? 28 miles?
Something like that. Yeah.
Half marathon be let's see, half of 28. Whoa, no, let me take my shoes off. 14. So these people train to run in a marathon, and then they just all of a sudden fall out. Well, Oklahoma, something ain't right here.
Something is definitely not right, and everybody knows it.
Well, you can't point to it.
They just keep on shooting themselves in the foot.
Yep.
They really didn't count on everybody knowing it.
Freddy,
you know what the truth of it is, Jamie?
What?
They're getting caught by the same exact weapon fashioned against you to control the narrative with propaganda bots with no history in their profile and censorship, book burning censorship that is digital now would make Hitler blush. But they're getting caught.
26.2. Thank you,
They built to enslave you with, because people, you know, they take a link and they save it and then they share it and what have you. I don't know how many other people it happens to, but they've gone into my saves, my personal saves, and they've removed stuff from my personal saves. And the reason they do that is because when you're hitting the nail on the head like I do, they want to be able to go in there and remove it so that the people who are sharing it, because they know it's going viral. You don't know it's going viral. You'll never know when your stuff's going viral. They will not tell you if you're one of those truth tellers. They won't let you know that you're getting all kinds of hits off something because people end up sharing it, and then they share it to others, and they share it. They don't want to tell you that. But what they do when it's something that's against them, it's against
Did
their
you
narrative.
hold on? Did you say what they do?
Yeah, what they will do. What they do.
He said do.
But what they will do is they'll go into your personal saves and remove it so that when people are trying to share it, it says the person who posted this discontinued it. You know, they say the reason for this usually is, I know you've seen what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that's from people that I'm telling you, there's not always the person who put it out there, because if they're like me, they put it out there, they don't remove it. They're going into their personal saves and removing it.
Taking it off, yeah.
Yeah. And that, that's the CIA that was in with Facebook a long time ago. And the reason I use Facebook, of course, is because they allow enough characters where you can actually say something, because everywhere else it's so shortened you can't even really say anything. You can't put a whole concept out. You can't put a whole thing that you're trying to get out across to people out. But one of the things they've recently gone into and removed is how I point out what I just said, that, personal property protection, legal personal property protection, intellectual property protection doesn't belong anywhere near a voting machine that should be carefully scrutinized, any more than legal personal property protection or non-disclosure agreements belong anywhere near a vaccine ingredient that's going to be coerced into people with threat of employment. Now, saying that so clearly, so that
not just threatening threatening their employment, threatening kids. They couldn't go to school. These people should be held accountable for all of this stuff.
Yeah, the Nuremberg Code laws have been violated. So has the Geneva Convention. Torture techniques have been violated.
Yes.
And they just constantly are violating it now. They're not even. They appear to not even be concerned with. They're so deep into it now. It's like oh crap, we're in shit now. If they can't enslave humanity before we all go after them, they're screwed, and they know it. They know that everything that they've done has been so against our constitutional rights that as soon as we wake up to that and say, wait a minute, the Constitution wasn't some racist old white people's document. It was a document that protected us from these very things that are happening today.
Yep.
Every right you have is an answer to what's going on.
Yeah, was to protect you from what's going on today.
Right. It's to protect you from oligarchs' corruption. And the same, we could probably take it back to biblical days. The same people who we were just talking about, they have their karmic thing. They think if they tell you they can do anything. The secrecy we were just referring to with non-disclosure agreements and intellectual property protection on stuff that's being coerced into you. That's the very repugnant secrecy that JFK was referring to, a week before he was assassinated.
Yep.
His brother was the head of the commission against organized crime in government, and he had a winning bid for presidency. That commission was disbanded the very day that he was assassinated.
It's like it was planned.
Looking at this thing the way they need to look at it, which is they're trying to get you to shoot yourself in the foot as it pertains to your constitutional freedom. And they're calling them guys armed insurrectionists that were at the Capitol was very, very purposeful. How could armed with what? A water bottle? I mean, are they insane? They're trying to call it an insurrection because they can use the insurrection laws around it and all, when in reality we have the right, the constitutional right, to petition our government with our grievances when it comes to the most sacred right of all, our right to have our voice heard.
That's the First Amendment.
Right. They're covering all this stuff up. They're not allowing other portions of the First Amendment, which is your freedom of speech. They're not allowed. I mean, it's cruel and unusual punishment, equal representation. I could go on and on and on in what they violated with my nephew, let alone everybody else. That these soft torture techniques and Nuremberg Code laws. to create a.
Oh, if I was one of them boys up in there in the jail getting treated like this, they would probably be turning me into a monster.
That's what I'm scared of. For my nephew, I'm scared.
They would probably be turning me into a monster.
They've got him so hemmed up. They put him at 23 and a half hours a day of lockdown.
Well, look, he's going to get out eventually one day is what I'm... He's going to get out one day eventually is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Y'all are creating monsters up there doing people like this.
Probably true. That's probably right.
Yeah.
They probably want to do that purposely, Jamie, because they want you to beg for their mark. They want you to beg for their security and protection. They give up your freedom for it.
I'm good.
So they probably are purposely trying to do that. Honestly.
Well, look, I want to play this.
Point the finger, Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski was part of the MK Ultra program.
Yep.
People don't tell you that. They don't tell you that Charlie Manson
was part of it. Yeah.
Program.
Yep.
That there's a good chance that Jim Jones was a part of that program. Ted Kaczynski.
Jason Bourne was part of it. Jason Bourne was part of it. But look, that's them showing you.
Right, that's right.
That's them telling you the truth.
One of the most recent handlers, I forget what the name of the guy is, but he's definitely CIA connected.
Well, it's just like that guy Kanye was talking about, that trainer guy.
Right, that's right. That's exactly right.
That trainer guy that sent a text to him and said, "We'll put your ass back in the hospital. Bitch, you better tighten your ass up." That's one of the handlers.
Kanye's biggest mistake is saying Jewish people when these people are not Jewish people. The Jewish people are that's a religion. It's not a race of people. The Jewish people are Jewish religion. These people are all atheists. Every single one of the 10 horns of Revelation are atheists. Rockefeller, Rothschild, Soros, Gates, Klaus Schwab. I mean, they're all either Nazi collaborators, which many of them are, or they come from families of Nazi collaborators, or they're just atheists anyway. You all know Harari. He's a openly gay atheist who's talking about becoming as God. They're denying God while talking about becoming God.
Yeah, so you're saying there's not a God, but there's not a God, but you're going to become a God. That don't, huh?
That's exactly right. And what they're selling to people is the false salvation. This is why they ran these experiments to start with. It wasn't just the biggest racketeering theft of wealth in history, which it was. It was to run their experiments with the nanotechnology needed to nanotag everybody on Earth, seen from space in real time with the hundreds of satellites recently deployed.
They ain't no damn satellites.
Their words, read your most personal thoughts and plant thoughts in your mind. That's the mark of the beast if there ever was, especially when you tie it to a social credit score and you can turn people's money off. That's the mark of the beast. But those are rules for thee, not for satanic me. Their goal is to become as gods, to download their consciousness into a super quantum computer generated universe indistinguishable from reality. Those are Elon Musk's words, not mine. And they believe they have a realistic expectation of achieving their goal.
Mr. Mustache! I was giving a shout out to Mr. Mustache.
They have a realistic expectation of achieving their goal of creation, immortality, with time traveling capability, because they're saying a mechanical body or a super quantum computer, so that's time traveling. So their realistic expectation of achieving this goal of creation and immortality with time traveling capability so as to be gods of their own creation. In other words, they can see things, they can think about something and it manifests in the environment they're trying to create. So they can be gods. Let me tell you something. Their idea, their realistic expectation of achieving that goal should tell everybody that goal's already been achieved in a way that they will never comprehend. Now you've got to ask yourself, who do you trust? You trust the man-made salvation of defeated death with them saying globalist people are your God? Or do you trust an actual God who allows you free will and freedom, and all he asks from you is for you to repent and wants us to choose our God.
We can't talk about one topic.
The God of baptism into transgender.
We finna talk about game time.
Their satanic mimic God that's creating the false salvation. God will allow it. If you want to follow the Alabama God of thieves or whatever, and you go around telling everybody what you're going to do so you can do it, be a Satanist, God allows it.
All of these things he's talking about, Smashley, are related.
I know where I'm going. I'm not going to them other places.
All of these are related. Well, hey, Kenan.
All of it's related.
All the things she's going to talk about one topic. All these topics he's talking about are all related to the same thing.
Yes, all related to the same stuff. That's correct. Which is that we have a group of satanic, people call them elites. They're not elites.
No.
Get the name right there. Parasites. Get it right.
It does. All good.
Anything in their lives.
That's right, Smash. Gets.
Stuff.
Where does God offer free will?
Living off of your sweat.
It's all your free will, JS. It's all your free will. You make the choices that you do.
That's right. Everybody makes their own choices. Nobody else makes them for you. And you can make mistakes. God allows you to make mistakes. That's the whole look. People wonder what's the point of life? What's the meaning of life? Well, there it is, right there. To make mistakes, to learn from mistakes, and to choose your God. Period.
You know the Bible.
The meaning of life.
What do you mean? He says, I know the Bible well. Free will ain't in there. It is in there. It's your choice to do right or wrong.
Who said that?
JS did. No, JS. He said, I know the Bible well, and free will ain't in there. It is in there. It might not say free will. It might not say free will, but it's up to you what you do with your life.
It goes back to the first Earth age, before the second Earth age, before the third Earth age. And yes, God started out one way, and then God decided that we would all have free will. That's, think about it. These guys are building this universe in a computer-generated universe, right? You don't think there's going to be chat rooms and stuff where you can go and whatever you're into, that's where you'll go and you can hang out? Well, that's kind of the same thing God's done. There's lower G gods under the true God, and he allows them to exist because you can't have perfection and bliss.
Yeah, do as thou wilt as the atheists believe, which is the same thing as saying it's your choice to do what you want to.
That's right, it is.
Nobody makes you choose to do anything. Nobody makes you lay down with a man. Nobody makes you lay down with a man if you're a man. That's a choice. Only thing you have to do on this earth is eat, breathe, and drink water. That's it.
Yeah, yes. If God wasn't allowing free will, and God's the creator of the universe, why would God not just do away with the devil right now? Just do away with it completely.
Because he's giving you a choice.
Why?
He's allowing you to choose.
Think about if you were the one that was creating a training program for souls, and your training program where they're supposed to learn from their mistakes and choose who they want to follow. Well, what do you want them to choose from?
What do you mean? Hold up, JS. What do you mean he deceived them into eating it? He didn't make them eat that. He didn't force them to eat it. They chose to eat it after God had told them, don't eat of that tree.
That's right.
Satan didn't come over and put a gun to their head and said, you better eat a bite. He deceived them into believing that they would not die if they, what did God say? He said, if you eat of this, surely you will die.
What is that fruit that he told them not to eat of? What is that fruit?
Knowledge.
It's the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Okay? It's the devil who offered up, hey, you can be God. So the forbidden fruit of knowledge and you can be God is the original sin. Now, changing your DNA that God created you to be, the candle of Revelation 18:23, the candle that links you to God, where you can hear God's whispers of intuition through the consciousness that you exist within, that heartstrings that he placed in your heart that you know when you're doing wrong, you know, because that's the candle of revelation. The Holy Spirit is in every one of us. A lot of us ignore it and don't want to listen to it, and we get led.
Some people call it a conscience.
Right. We get led into temptation, and we go against our conscience. What our consciousness tells us, don't do that. But in reality, it's there. It's always there. It's always been there, and it always will be there until you go to change in your DNA. Now, the original sin is to eat of the forbidden fruit and to become as gods. Well, if that's the original sin, I can't think of a more forbidden fruit than changing my DNA, which is the candle of Revelation 18:23, in order to go into a man-made salvation, a man-made live forever through the computer-generated universe. When God's already offered that to me, all I have to do is repent of my sin and recognize that I want to follow God.
Yeah, forbidden is free will, JS.
Allow my sin because he knows I learned from my mistake. So
JS.
Okay, you learned from your mistake. You're ready to follow now. Now you're useful to me. So God will take me into his realm, and all these other people are going to go into the realm of those lower gods who didn't want to be part of God, the fallen angels, if you will. And that's where they're going to exist. I don't care what anybody says. The fact that they're trying to create a man-made created universe and to become as gods should tell everyone that God's already accomplished that. But he doesn't want to force it on you. He wants you to choose it freely where you go. And that's what I would do. If I created a universe and hey, I can't make everybody happy, well, let's let them make themselves happy. Look, I'll let you fallen angels. The fallen angels even have to listen to God. You know that, right?
That's right.
They don't just do what they want to do. They have a set of rules they got to go by, and God's the one that puts those rules down. Because God does have that power over them of creation. He created them, and he can remove them.
All right, hey, Kenan.
Allows them.
All right,
He wants everybody to choose with their free will.
Okay. Hey, Kenan, I'm finna run on to another call. I appreciate you calling, all right?
All right, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Kenan. Bye-bye. I gotta stop him. Jamie playing with that mouse. That ain't what I was playing with. They're playing with that. Where did JS say something here? Forbidden. You said it forbidden. That's not free will. Yeah, God said don't eat of that fruit. It was their choice not to listen to God's commands. They eat of the fruit. They did something that God told them not to do. They made that choice to do that. The devil didn't say, hey, pick that up and eat it or I'm going to break your leg. No. Surely you will not die if you eat of that, I think is what he said to it. Or to her. It was your choice to do that. Just like in your life today. Anything you choose to do is up to you. Well, somebody's got a gun to my head. Well, it's your choice. If you want to follow along and do what they tell you to do, if they got a gun to your head, it's still your choice. You can choose not to do it. I had a gun to my head. Okay, well, you still your choice. Oh, this right here is
I vote aye.
This is for Frederica.
I vote aye under duress. I found out today that I have no choice but to vote aye or I'll be arrested and charged with a felony. I don't think that is what our founders had in mind when they used the democratic process to elect a...
Said if he didn't vote yes, he would be arrested and charged with a felony. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't agree with what's going on with the voting over here. I don't want to vote to certify this. You better certify that shit or you're going to jail. See, this is his choice, though. His choice, he could have said no. I'm not going to certify it and went to jail. And people would have said, hero. But what did he do? He chose to bow down and certify the election.
Leaders or form of self-government, and I find that very disheartening. With a vote of 4 ayes and 0 nays. You've approved item 1B. Anything else for the good of the order?
You all ought to be taken off, stripped off there, off that bench, and run out of town. Yellow?
Hey there.
Yes, sir.
Hey, is it all right if I run and grab something to eat real quick?
Well, hell no. Yeah.
I finished that truck. Everything's good on it. AC blowing cold, everything. We're going to change the idler pulley on it because it's squeaking.
You got the idler pulley?
Jose's the one that said that. I ain't real sure.
Well, who's got the idler pulley?
I reckon we got to order it.
We need to get it ordered. All right.
But I'm going to run and grab something to eat.
All right.
And I'll be right back.
Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
That's that man's career, man.
No more calls for you today. He just said he had no choice. He just said he had no choice. He did have a choice, JS. His choice was, he had 2 choices. Certified, not certified. Now, if he didn't certify it, he had consequences for not certifying it. He would have went to jail. But he still had the choice to go yes or no. He chose to go yes under duress. He should have said no, put the cuffs on me and let's go to jail. That's what he should have said. But I don't have to answer for that man. He has to answer for himself. But he did have a choice. What do you mean he said he had a choice? I was just informed this morning if I didn't vote yes, I'll get locked up. If I don't vote yes, I will get locked up. So you got a choice there. You can vote yes or you can get locked up. That's a choice. This is a choice. When you got more than one option, that's a choice. Saying if you do this, you will die is not free will. It is free will. It's your choice to eat that fruit. He told you what will happen if you do. That's a consequence. They had 2 options with that fruit. To eat it or not to eat it. They chose to eat it. Like I said, when you got more than one option, that's a choice. Yeah. Clip it. Singer's dead. What the hell happened here? What did she just run into? Ooh, what was that? What happened? What did she hit? I don't see nothing in the roadway there. Now that'd be a little freaky, wouldn't it? What happened there? Some standing in the damn middle of the road. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from? He's a near what? What is he near? What's going on in these videos? What is going on here? That's some spooky shit. Two words, term limits. Hell yeah, we need term limits.
But do you think that users have a right to freedom? Republicans say that Democrats are picking on Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is doing just fine.
But do you think that users have a right to freedom of speech, even if what they're saying is wrong or offensive?
I think that one human being should not decide how millions of people communicate with each other. One human being should not be able to go into a dark room by himself and decide, oh, that person gets heard from, that person.
I thought y'all said it's a private company, they can do that.
Doesn't. That's not how it should work.
Pocahontas. Pocahontas. Hakeem Jeffries is elected as House Democratic leader. He took Nancy Pelosi's spot. He's younger looking than her. And he's black. Zelensky says Musk should visit Ukraine to see war for himself. No, you got enough celebrities coming over seeing you, Zelensky, in the middle of a war. Yeah, that's what I want to do. What do you want to do, Jamie? I think I want to take a flight into a war zone. Does that sound dangerous? No, that ain't dangerous. Don't think you can be shot down? No, you ain't gonna get shot down. Breaking Christy McVeigh. I told you this earlier. Fleetwood Mac girl's dead. Put her on the list.
Designed a randomized, double-blinded clinical trial in the summer of 2020 saying this is how it has to be done. I wrote it up. I published it on social media, and I sent it to everybody I knew.
So basically, you're saying, you said, if you're going to roll out this warp speed vaccine, this is what you need to do in order to test it properly. To
Yes,
be
I
able
do.
to
Lena!
Yes.
But no one seemed to be interested in your methodology.
Cassie!
I got laughed at.
Okay.
Cassie, why aren't you over on the
Of
YouTube
course
side?
it's going to work. And
You and
the
Lena
rest
both
is
could be
history. It's
over there on
rolled
the
out.
YouTube side.
Now, 6 months into the rollout, and this is really important, when I looked at the VAERS data, Jan, I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong. I hypothesized a five-fold
32,000 COVID vaccine related deaths.
Are you kidding me? There was a 20 or 25-fold increase of death in 6 months out of VAERS compared to the other vaccines. And I was then really upset and rather depressed because
What game and monitor?
had we done that
Just a
controlled prospective trial, and
monitor
started
from Walmart.
by the summer or by September 2021, we could have
Stubborn
had
one,
my
Tommy,
committee, the
LJ,
committee
Melissa.
to look at that data and say this vaccine is killing people. Take it off the
JS,
market. That's what would have happened.
Gibson,
if they
Kevin,
did
how
a
y'all doing?
randomized, double-blinded,
Red Dirt
placebo-controlled
Farm.
trial. They didn't do it, and I think they purposefully didn't do it. So that's
Tommy, YouTube silencing folks? They are. Just got to go with it. Bombshell report, CDC new COVID vax associated with myocarditis but left off post-vax surveys. Just the news. Media dead silent about it.
so.
Jet flying so close to our house. At last, those planes are flying where they belong.
That's right. Over the homes of poor people.
Oh, it's you, Stan. What kind of favor?
If it's on The Simpsons, it's true. If it's on The Simpsons, it's true. PM Justin Trudeau today, everybody in China should be allowed to protest. We will continue to ensure that China knows we will stand for human rights and with people who are expressing themselves. And this is the video footage of what Justin Trudeau's brown shirts did to the people up there in Canada. Beating the dog shit out of them. Chopping them down. Dropping knees on them bitches. I get your name there, officer. When I get out of jail, what? Nothing. Not the horses, bringing the horses to trample the people. Mass spraying people out there just because they're protesting. Look pretty peaceful. I don't see no flames blowing up. Don't see dead people on the street. People ain't looting the stores, unlike the left Democratic, cannibalistic sodomites that they are when they protest. Out there running the streets, burning shit down. Frederica's got his beard all lit up with fire. Woo, I can't wait for the payback. Got the horses out there. Got the horses out there. Breaking into people's trailers. Pulling them out of their trailers. Piece of shit. That's why I don't support the police. Well, they're just doing their job, Jimmy. No, they're not doing their job. These people are peacefully protesting. Now, I would agree with them doing this shit to people out there burning down cities, but did they do that to the people that were burning down the cities? No. Why not? Because they're on the same team. They're both working for the same goal. to get rid of these peaceful people out here that supports their country. Notice the Canada flags? You didn't see no American flags when they was burning down the cities. I did, however, see American flags up there at the Capitol. Well, that was an insurrection. Yeah, insurrection with the FBI erection. Look at that old man. Hold on, Grandpa. I wanted to play that damn video. There was a video of that sheriff from Louisiana today. He said people would rather die on their feet than live on their knees. And that's that same cop that was calling out them gang members. He's the same one that told Ray, did you have any people up in the Capitol building disguised as Trump supporters before you open the doors? And he said, well, we can't do that. The answer should be no. That was that guy. I wish I could find it. It was on here earlier. Twitter has interfered in election. Uh-oh, Trump said. What? I mean, Elon Musk says Twitter has interfered in election. Trump was right about everything. Again. Trump was right. Oh, they're coming in from the side. How did that happen? Optical shit. Certain people are supposed to win, certain teams are supposed to win, I reckon. That hit on the outside of the net and was inside. How did that happen?
Big sports stars.
Jim Brewer?
If you honestly knew what some of your
What's up there, mustache?
favorite big superstars really did behind closed doors, if you knew what your favorite late night talk show host did behind closed doors, if you really knew what your favorite radio star, TV star, newscaster truly did behind closed doors. None of us are perfect. We all do weird things. We're all freaky and weird and crazy. But if you knew, you wouldn't follow half the people. You wouldn't listen. And I tell you what, I put doctors on that list. I put CEOs on that list. I put the everyday person on that list. The fact, you gotta stop putting this much trust in local doctors too. Some of the doctors are out of their minds.
Hello.
Out of their minds.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. It's Josh from Utah.
Josh from Utah, how you doing?
I'm all right. Jamie, God has free will. People don't have free will.
We don't have free will?
No. You know, when Jesus was going to be crucified, he went up on the mountain and he said, he told them, he said, I could bring down a legion of angels right now if I wanted, but God, if you can take this cup from me, not my will, your will be done. Jesus didn't even have free will. God has free will. We follow Satan or we follow God. We serve one master.
That's free will.
We can't pick and choose.
Do you want me to DocuSign the new cheaper agreement for the insurance?
From Strong? Oh, yeah, I'm here. No, because we're going to hold on. I'm not going to do that unless the new owner makes us do that. Yes, sir. Thank you. Josh, but that is your free will. It's your choice. You can choose one or the other.
This is an atheist idea that Satan has slowly crept into Christianity.
Well, hold on.
I don't know where it came from.
If you have,
it came from Satan.
But you have free will. It is your choice what you do.
Jamie, if you reap benefits from serving God, or you suffer and die from serving Satan, that is not free will. There's a price. There's a price to every choice you make. It's not free. If I I could just go rob a house and not suffer any consequences, that would be free will, but that's not the case.
What do you mean that would be free will? You're wanting to do something without any consequences.
No, I'm not wanting to, but I'm saying that's what free will is. That's what free will would be. We have consequences.
No, free will is not just doing willy-nilly shit and not having any consequences. You have a choice. You can either follow God or follow the devil. You follow God, you go to heaven.
One of them you'll reap benefits. One of them you'll suffer consequences. That's a price.
You suffer consequences from.
It's not free. I agree we make choices, but it's not free will.
It is free will. It's your choice. That's what free will is. Free will means it's your decision.
It's not, though. You're serving.
What do you mean it's not?
Serving God.
But that's your decision to choose.
You think it's your decision. That's a atheist idea that
you're saying if it was truly free will, you could murder babies and still go to heaven. You could beat babies in the head with a hammer.
If free will was a thing, but it's not. It's not in the Bible. It's not.
I didn't say it was in the Bible.
I do what I want to do, and I don't do what I want to do. Like, that's not free will. The Getz put up John 7:17, which is Jesus saying, if you do His will, God's will, then you will reap the benefits. You'll learn the doctrine and all these things. It's not talking about free will. We have to do God's will. We're servants of either God or Satan.
Yeah, but it's your choice of which one of those you're going to be.
It's a choice, but it's not free.
It is free. You're free to make the choice. But it is free. You're free to make those decisions.
If a parent tells a child,
okay, listen to it. Hold up.
You're going to be punished, and then the kid does it and gets punished. That wasn't free will. The kid didn't really have a choice.
No, the kid got consequences. No, this is what it was.
Choice and a wrong choice, but you.
Well, it is
pay the consequence.
No, you go. You have these two choices. You can take a left and go to the bathroom. You can take a right and go to the kitchen. Well, I got to shit. And you take a right and go in the kitchen and you shit.
Yeah, we're talking about deeper things than if you want to eat Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Puffs.
Well, I'm trying to break it down. Well, let's do it this way. You have like you was talking about the fruit of the tree. You have the choice. God says don't eat the fruit of the tree.
Right.
Did God make them
not to eat of it?
Did God make them? Well, hold up. Did God make them not eat of the tree?
He commanded them not to eat of it.
Did He make them not eat of the tree?
Well, He commanded them not to, and He said you'll suffer consequences if you do.
Exactly.
So
but hold up. Whose choice was it?
Satan, but it wasn't a free choice. It wasn't freely made.
It was freely made.
There were consequences for it.
And whose fault is that?
Satan's the one who deceives people.
No, don't blame it on Satan. Don't blame it on Satan. Satan didn't make them do that. Satan didn't hold nothing to their.
Yes, he did.
He did not. He did not. Satan didn't make them.
He lied to her.
Okay, so if you lie to somebody, if I tell you, that's the way I was telling about it.
It wasn't their choice. It's not like.
What do you mean it's not their choice?
It's not like they were just one day said, you know what, I'm just going to try this fruit. It'll be all right. No, they were deceived by Satan, so they were influenced. It wasn't a freely made choice.
But it don't. But see, you're trying to make excuses for them choosing to do something that they were told not to do. It was their choice for them to do it. Nobody. You can't deceive nobody into doing something.
Satan can. He does it all the time. What are you talking about? That dude that just shot up the Walmart said he was Satan was his master.
Okay, so but who made him pick up the gun and go do that?
So my argument is when you do something wrong, you're serving Satan. You're not doing free will. This is
but it's your choice to
this idea where we try to make ourselves gods and we say we have free will.
You do have free will.
I don't give a free will.
You do have.
You're going to suffer or you're going to benefit depending on what choice you make.
But you have free will. The choice is yours. Nobody makes you do it. Nobody made him go into that Walmart and shoot it up. Nobody made. And they said in that thing, he bought the gun the day before. I don't believe that shit. Because you don't get a handgun that fast unless you got a concealed carry permit. You can't just walk in and buy a handgun and get it the next day. It don't work like that.
Well, I don't know about that, but
well, I'm telling you, it don't work like that. Now, I can go purchase one because I have a concealed carry permit. I've already been checked out. I can go purchase a gun and walk out of the store with it that day. But before I had that carry permit, I had to wait 72 hours. I had to go fill out the paperwork, wait for them to run me, and then for them to run me, then to tell me, okay, you're clear, you can get one.
Okay, but anyway, so
But nobody made them.
He deceived the woman. He lied to the woman.
Well, he deceived her. He lied to her. He told her that he loved her.
And she went to Adam, and then Adam fell for what the woman was telling him.
So she lied to him.
So they both followed Satan, or
no, they both.
The woman.
Well, okay, they might have followed him, didn't listen to him, but they were told explicitly, "Don't eat of that tree."
Do it. So where is there anything free in all of that? There's no free will in any of all that.
There is. Hold up. They were free.
Adam was following the woman.
Were they free? Were they free?
Satan, so that's not free will.
Were they
told them not to eat of the fruit? That's not free will. So where do you get free will from this?
Were they free to tell Satan no?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
If they were free to tell Satan no, then they would have told him no. She did tell him no a couple times. And
okay. Hold on. So she made the choice. She made the choice to listen to Satan and eat of the tree. She made the choice. You just say, hold up. Hold up.
Make choices. We do make choices.
Well, that's what I said.
Free will.
They
come with consequences, and they come with.
Okay, so you might not like the word and free choice, but it's your choice to choose.
I don't like it because it sounds atheist. It sounds like we're trying to make ourselves into God.
Oh no, I ain't trying to do that. What I'm saying is
this is a trick from Satan because there's nothing about free will in the Bible. I think Satan does these things to trick Christians. So somehow this free will idea got crept into the Christian religion, and now everybody's spouting it off, and they're using verses to justify it that don't even say that. It says the total opposite. It says there's no free will. It says God's only the one with free will, and we serve one master or another.
Exactly. So it's your choice to choose which one you want to serve. That's your free will. It is your choice to decide.
You're not free.
So the way I see it, it's your choice to decide which way you want to go. Either you serve God or you serve Satan. But it's your choice. God's not going to make you follow him.
So you think we choose to serve God?
Yes.
But why are we God's chosen ones? God chooses us. It's the other way around. We don't choose God. When you see God, when you see it, you cannot, there is no choice. You have to serve him because you know it to be true. Like, I don't have a choice.
So we're his chosen ones. What do you think happened to us? What do you think happened to us before we seen him? When we were out sinning?
We were serving Satan.
Well, I thought we were the chosen ones.
I mean, God knows who's going to come to him and who's not.
Oh yeah, God knows everything.
Yeah, and he knows when it's going to happen. So that's what that defeats the idea of free will.
But I don't think that way. I think it's your choice to either do what's right and good and follow God.
If God already knows what you're going to do, then how is it free will?
Well, if God knows what we're already going to do, what's the sense in having a life?
To serve him.
But God already knows we're going to serve him.
Not to make choices, but to serve God.
But God knows we're
free will,
but he knows that we're going to serve him, and he knows the ones that's not going to serve him. So what's the sense in having a life if he already knows? If God already knows who's going to follow in him and who's not, what's the sense in having all these heathens and sinners out here running around in the world? I think it gives you time, but I think it gives you time to make the choice to either serve God or serve the devil. It's your choice to do that. People tell you about it and people brush them off. I don't listen to that Jesus freak shit. and they brush it off, and they keep doing it, sinning and fornicating, until one day something pulls the scales off their eyes and they can see what's really going on. And they go, oh, what the hell was I doing?
A lot of atheists have come to God because they have some experience or they see something that's undeniable.
But I don't think saying
to God, but
I don't
knew that was going to happen. God made that happen, and so it's not free will.
But that's what I'm saying. God already knows the outcome.
It's like destiny.
God already knows the outcome of everything. God is at the beginning and the end and above and out and around. He already sees all of this.
So how do we have free will? It's all part of a plan. It's all part of God's design.
Well, God knows the ones that's going to choose right and wrong.
Yeah.
Look, he made Adam and Eve, they chose right and wrong. They chose wrong. And then they suffered for choosing wrong, but they suffer for their wrong choice by death. From eating from the tree of knowledge.
Comes with consequences.
Exactly. So is like when you got a small child and you go, don't touch that, it's hot. You told him don't touch it.
Christ will, because there's a price that comes along with the choices that you make.
Yes.
But it's not free.
But it is free. It's your choice to make it. You have to make the right choice.
I don't think we're going to get to an agreement here.
Yeah, we might not, but I just think that I don't think it's an atheist thing to say that you have free will to choose. I think it's your choice. You can
I think it sounds just like what what's his name that Getz was talking about. Do as thou will.
Do as thou will. That's Aleister Crowley. Yeah.
Yeah. Free will sounds like what he preached. It is what he preached. Is do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And don't worry about any.
No, but what he's saying is do what you want to do. There's not going to be no consequences. God's saying do what you want to do, but make the choice wisely because there is consequences.
Yeah, I think that means that it's not free. It's not free will.
I don't know how much freer you could get. Either you can choose right or wrong. It's up to you. I don't see how you can get more free will than that. It's up to you to do what's right. It's like that saying, if you're alone and you do what's right, what is that? It's integrity. When no one's around you watching and you do the right thing when you're alone and by yourself, that is doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Most people do the right thing. Most people do the right thing because they have people watching them.
And if you're a servant, you're not free. So you're either a servant to God or you're a servant to Satan. And that's why I think
But I think it's a different
good or evil.
Yeah, but it's a different servitude when you're serving God. God just wants to love you.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe it's a semantics argument, but
I think it is.
Free will. I always think Crowley.
Yeah, I know because of that. Do as thou wilt. That's a Jay-Z shit. Had that shit too. He wore that all the time. But that was the Aleister Crowley saying.
But that's what it sounds like. God's the only one that has free will.
Well, Satan has free
will.
will.
He can do whatever he wants. We can't do whatever we want. You think you can do, like if there's a law, you can't murder somebody. You don't have free will to murder somebody. If you murder them, you're going to go to prison or electric chair or whatever.
Well, no, you won't. No, what if you're not caught?
But you still broke a law.
Well, you don't break a law unless you get caught.
I think God's authoritarian. I don't think God is like, well, just do what you want to do, guys. You have free will. I think God said, you're either going to follow me and...
Well, he's a stern father. He's a stern father, but he's a loving father.
And fathers don't give kids free will. No good father does that. Father's got rules.
So the free
rules
will...
and laws are not free will.
Well, they are. Did you ever do something that your parents told you not to do?
Yeah, I broke their rules.
What?
And I got punished.
Did you? But that's what I'm saying. Like your parents said, yeah, you can go out this weekend with your friends. You can go out to the movie theater.
It wasn't free. It had a price.
But you went out and did what you wanted to do. Now, I'm pretty sure your parents didn't say, yeah, you can go out with your friends and get drunk, but you did it anyhow. So you made the choice to break the rules that your father and mother give you. The freedom that they give you.
I was influenced
the freedom, the freedom for you to choose to do what's right and wrong. You broke their trust because you didn't do what they give you the freedom to do. Just like if you do something against God, you're breaking his trust because you're doing something that he give you the freedom to make the right choice.
Yeah, I don't think he gave you, I think he commands us to make the right choice or suffer.
Well, yeah,
that's not free will.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I think that's semantics because I think that is free will. That's the ultimate free will.
It could be semantics, but
that's the ultimate free will, though. If you do this,
is actually one of the top 5 philosophical questions ever made. Is free will a thing or not? It's not just amongst Christians. It's because if you believe in destiny, then you can't believe in free will. Like if you believe God has a plan of everything and already knows what's going to happen, then we don't have free will. That's Calvinist. That's where
hold on.
Robots.
But yeah, we do still have the free will. Just because God knows what the outcome's going to be, that's because God's outside of all of this. We're still living it. God knows what's going to happen with us. We have to experience it because we're not outside of it.
One with free will.
Because we're not outside of it. It's like if you see somebody drop $100 bill and you pick it up and put it in your pocket and nobody sees you, who's wrong there if you don't give it back to the person that dropped it?
You are.
Exactly.
But what is wrong? Wrong is Satan.
Stealing.
Right? It's the accuser, the evil one.
Yeah. Hello.
Deceiver.
Yeah. It's stealing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're serving Satan when you do that. You're not. You have a master. You're not free.
Well, there's a choice of. Well, you've got a choice of masters. Which one do you want to be your master? It's your choice.
Maybe.
Whose choice is it? Whose choice is it to who you serve? Most slaves don't get that choice, right?
Most what? Don't get it?
Most slaves don't get the choice of who they want to serve. So you're saying you're I don't know if you're using servant in that form.
Yeah, slaves. We're all slaves to good or evil.
Yeah, but you're giving it like a negative connotation.
So I think every decision we make is influenced by good or evil, God or Satan. So if you make a negative choice, you were following Satan. You weren't being free. You were being a follower of Satan. If you do the right things, you're being a follower of God. You're not free. You're a follower of God. Then when we die, then we're free indeed.
Well, whose choice is it to what choice? Who you follow? Whose choice is whose choice is that? Is that your choice, or is it God's choice, or Satan's?
I don't think it's our choice.
You don't think we have a choice to choose who we follow?
We're influenced in our life experiences, how we were raised.
Well, then why would God give us
gone through what we've experienced? All these things influence us to make certain choices.
Then why would God give us all the option to repent? Why would God give us all the option to repent?
Because he knows that we're going to follow Satan sometimes. But that's what Paul was saying when he said, the things I want to do, I don't do. Like, I want to quit smoking cigarettes, but it's hard. And I say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to go all day without smoking a cigarette. First thing in the morning, I have my coffee, and I'm smoking a cigarette. What the heck just happened? You know?
You wasn't strong enough to follow through with what your convictions were.
Yeah, but nobody who's strong enough, because
What do you mean? Who's strong enough?
Disciples, and he wasn't strong enough to follow through with his conviction.
Yeah, but who come in there and put that cigarette in your mouth?
Satan did it. But it's an influence, right? All my life I've smoked, for 15 years I've smoked cigarettes. So now I have, an addiction, quote unquote, to nicotine.
Yes.
So without even thinking of it, I'll just light up a cigarette. And it's like there's something inside of me telling me, you need a cigarette, you need a cigarette. That something inside of me, that's the serpent, that's the deceiver, that's the voice of the accuser.
Well,
and if I listen to it.
But when you light that cigarette up and you smoke it and you go, that voice is inside of you going, why did you do that? Who is that?
That's God. That's when I light it and I look at it and I'm like, here I am smoking another cigarette.
Yep. And God's looking at you going, I give you free will and look what you chose to do.
And I'm not saying that I won't ever be able to quit, but it may take a very long time. But if I had free will, if we had free will, we would all be perfect. Have you ever done anything wrong?
Oh yeah.
Why would you do something wrong if you had free will?
Because I wasn't following Jesus Christ. I was doing what thou willst. I was doing what I wanted to do.
And that's free will. That's when you think you have free will.
I wasn't doing what God wanted me to do. I was doing what I wanted to do. I was living in sin.
Or you were doing, but I'm saying if you did something you didn't want to do, it's not something you wanted to do. It's something you were influenced to do.
I ain't ever been one of them kind of people that you can influence like that.
But if you've ever done anything wrong, then you were influenced by Satan. I'm not talking about being influenced by your friends. I'm talking about deeper than that.
Oh yeah, but he's probably the one that was allowing me to have that big head to go, Jamie, you can do what you want to do, man. Go ahead and do it.
So it wasn't your free will.
I wasn't thinking about the consequences.
Free will, you would never do anything that would hurt yourself. But we do stuff that hurts ourselves all the time. Even when we don't want to, we still do it. And it's not our will. It's either Satan or God's will. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, this is a deeper conversation for another day. I appreciate you calling, Josh.
Yeah, no problem.
But no, man, I would like to keep discussing that because it was a great conversation.
Yeah, it was good talking.
But hey, I'll talk to you later on, all right?
All right, take care.
Thank you. There's a diamond collar. Diamond collar. Clip it. JS called the show. That's what I'm talking about. LJ, Tommy, Robbie, Butch, Tommy T-Bone, LJ Fox. We finna get ready to wrap it up over here. Frank Sullivan had his message redacted. What you saying, Frank, over there? What are you over there saying, Frank? We're going to wrap this up. Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for the calls today. Thanks for a shout out to JS Adventures for calling in. We appreciate that. Wish he had a telephone system set up out there where he lives. He's got a phone. He just called me. We'll holler at y'all later on. Y'all have a good one. Later.